Because you gotta race. Hyper Racing has technical help that will blow your mind, online or phone line. A world-class facility that manufactures perfection. Fuel injection conversions, chassis dyno, shock service, and a massive inventory for micro sprints, lightning sprints, midgets, and quarter midgets. We have what you need and will deliver your package full of adrenaline. Hyper Racing, because you gotta race.
If you're after the best seat in the house, you're gonna have to qualify. Keep turning left and hold that right foot down. Because for that primo spot, VIP, the creme de la creme, you gotta race. For the next best seat, well, take your pick.
Hello, and welcome to the official SmallCarWeekly.com live broadcast, hosted once every week by BJ Antonio and Kylie Gladfelter, with a new special guest every episode.
Hello and welcome to episode 2, season 2 of the SmallCarWeekly.com live broadcast. Here we have our special guest, Alyssa Riker, with my co-host, Kylie Gladfelter. Before I get any further into it, I'm just going to thank some sponsors quick and we'll get right up into it. But thank you to sponsors Action Track USA, Anquettes Enterprises, Batwing Chassis, Dirt the Game, Hyper Racing, Connected Apparel, Lime Rock Speedway, Liquid Nitro Energy Drink, Oakland Valley Speedway, Slinger Warehouse, Spirit Auto Center Speedway, also known as Bridgeport Speedway, Stellar Wings, and also Tim Shock Lab, Tim Buckler from TSL Shocks. Further ado, though, go ahead, Kylie.
So first of all, Alyssa, I wanted to thank you for being on our show tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. So our first question, we're going to, I guess, throw it back. Tell me about your 2016 season.
Okay, so 2016, we were up at Greenwood Valley most of the year, just like we always are in the 270. We started off a little rough. We had a little trouble in the beginning, but got stronger as the year went on. And towards the end, we had a lot better luck, had some good runs at the Blaze Alexander and the bigger races. And then about halfway through the year, we also got, I got a few races in with the 600 that I was running for a friend. So we got a little bit of experience, about 3 races in that at Greenwood as well. And then towards the end of the season, we hooked up with our friend Rick Yannick. He's starting up a 600 racing team for next year with 2 cars. He's going to be driving one, and then he asked me to drive the other. So we're going to be doing double duty next year.
Good. Nice. Also, if anyone has any Twitter questions, be sure to let us know. Kylie, get into the second one for me quick, because I'm losing my list for some reason. I'll pick it up in a minute, but you can just go ahead. Again, if anyone has any Twitter questions, let's let it go. Please try and keep it vulgar free. I don't want to have to delete anything, but just a double heads up. Other than that, Kylie, you can go ahead with your second one, and I'll take care of the next.
Okay, so which car do you prefer driving, the 270 or the 600?
I think I would probably right now have to say the 270 just because that's what I'm most comfortable in. This year's going to be, I think, our 7th season in the 270, so had a lot of experience, good and bad, with that. So I'm most comfortable in that. But I really did like the 600. It was a lot of fun. You really can focus on just your driving and the people around you because you don't have to worry about shifting every lap. You kind of just can worry about where you are and running your race. So I'm excited to do that again next year, but if I had to pick, I'd probably say the 270, but that could easily change this year.
Now, do you have a favorite track you like running at? I know you run at Greenwood, but do you like running anywhere else?
Well, we mostly stay at Greenwood. That's our home track. We did race at Hamlin a few times a few years ago, and Linda's we did about 2 years ago a few times. Greenwood is my favorite and probably will always be my favorite. I'm most comfortable there. The track's great. Jerry does a great job keeping the track the way we need it, and the racing's always good there. So it'd probably be Greenwood for me.
Okay.
Nice. My only concern, I've always said this, my only concern is the ambulance thing. You told me it might change. That would maybe be a rumor, if anything, just because of the incident that happened last year. But that would be my only concern about the ambulance thing, because I think that's pretty crucial. The other thing I'd say about Greenwood is it's probably the most family-friendly atmosphere. I love how down-to-earth Jerry is with the track, and he really knows what we want, because I've raced there plenty of times and I really like it there. Kylie, I know you don't have a lot of experience with there, but me and Alyssa have, and I love going there. My only gripe is if it wasn't so far out of the way, I'd probably be there every week. It's just the location, but the thing is, even with how far the location is, like 2 hours out of the way for the average person, people still go there, and you still get a full field of 25 plus cars, 600, 270. Also, you get a bunch of go-karts too before the micro-sprint racing starts. So figuratively, Greenwood is still a very popular track for being out of the way.
Yeah, we have about a 2 or 2.5 hour ride each way. So we're in the car for almost 5 hours going there each weekend. So, but it's definitely worth it. It's where we like to be. We're comfortable there. People are great. So.
Another thing I have to tell Kylie, if she doesn't know, Kylie. So I will say this, Alyssa, you already know this. Let's say it's a typhoon. Even if it's a typhoon at Greenwood, Kylie, there's still magic at the showing, because Jerry is crazy with that stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's 1 a.m, he'll still somehow finish a show. Let's say it's 1 a.m. before
cool.
the heat races, he'll still somehow manage. Sometimes he cancels, but the majority of the time, if it's raining, he will more than likely get the show in. I remember one time there was a show and people got home at 6 o'clock. So
one race, I think last year I think we got to my house rolled driveway around 4 a.m. or something crazy that, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, like I said, I really enjoy Greenwood, and if it was in the location of Linda's or something, I would have no problem going there. That's kind of the same thing with me in Pat Valley. Pat Valley's kind of out of the way. It's not as bad, but Pat Valley, I wish the location was different for there too. But nonetheless, Greenwood is a great track, and me and my father have planned on going there in the beginning of the season. So anyway, my first question, what's it like being at Kutztown University? Because we know you go to Kutztown.
That was my question.
I didn't even notice. But sorry about that. What's it like being at Kutztown University when Action Track USA is right behind you? I'm 10 minutes from Kutztown, and I imagine go there every week because I love going there. What's it like for you?
Yeah, well, I love my school. I probably wouldn't still be here if I didn't. I'm already a junior, so I love it here. But they don't race during our school year, and we don't go to school when they race. So they start the week. They start the week we finish, and then they end the week we start. So it's there, but nothing's going on. I really wish it was because it would give me something to do on my Wednesday nights. But I mean, it's cool because like some people don't even know what it is. Like they use the pits as a parking lot during the school year.
I've seen
so people don't even realize what it is, or all people talking about it and be like, oh, have you ever seen Over the Summer, the racetrack? And like some people recognize it, some people don't. But I wish they did it during the school year.
Yeah, I know.
So
but regardless, I love it here. So
go ahead, Kylie. You had something.
So are you saying that we need to shout out Action Track to get some races in September?
Yes, Action Track, let's go.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
I think it's a problem with like the town. I don't think it has much to do with the school. I think it's like the towns.
Alyssa's right on that, Kylie. I mean, you probably didn't know about it. Doug might or might not be watching now. I'm marketing partners with Doug. I do a lot of work with Action Track. The thing is, it's more of the community because the community has a lot of issues with Action Track. They actually tried shutting the place down a couple times because they said it was too noisy and stuff like that. And it's very tough to deal with because the thing is people can just move there and then they can complain about the track right when they move there, and apparently it's a track's problem. And that also happened with I don't even remember the track name now. Faison.
Borgers?
No, even Borgers. Faison though. What? I don't remember the track name. It's owned by Faison. They didn't even have a race season. They didn't have any racing going on. I don't know if you remember. It was in Delaware, Alyssa. It was actually on Faison's grounds. If I found out the name, or anyone watching remembers the name, let me know. But again, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But it's kind of the neighbor situation. But yeah, the issue with the track is the community at Action Track. It's
Gotcha.
If they could run longer, I 100% guarantee you will. I consider it basically the Kokomo of the East Coast, and the stands are packed every single week, and it's probably the best place to be. I don't even know how they get the stands packed on a Wednesday night.
It's crazy packed. I've been going. This was my first season, I guess, going, and I think I went to like 8 races in a row, and every week it was packed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every single week they had a full pits. It was great. I love the race there. I love being in the infield watching the race. It's fantastic.
So yeah, I mean, Action Track is my favorite place to be. We're gonna race it a couple times this year. Now, on the verge of 600s here, I will quick ask Sung, and then Kylie, you can hop on. So, tell us a bit about your team that owns the 600. Tell us a bit about how it was last year when you were just driving for someone. You can give the name of the team and give some more further information about it. Also, what familiarity does the owner have in the racing world? Like, how is he involved with it? How do you get in touch with him and stuff like that?
Okay, so the 600 that I drove last year actually is someone else's. That's not who I'm driving for this year. Last year I drove my dad's friend's 600. It's his. He bought it to race himself, but didn't get to race it much. He has kids and other obligations, so he wanted us just to take it out, so it wasn't sitting in the garage. So that was my kind of experience with that car. And then about halfway through the year last year, we met Rick. We were actually buying like spare parts off of him, like bumpers, Nerf bars, stuff like that. And he kept coming back just to like watch and hang out with us and help. And we found out he actually used to race at Greenwood when he was younger. He used to race in 270s there, and then he kind of got out of it for a while. and now was coming back to watch, and now he wants to get back into racing himself. So he decided he was going to get a 600 for himself. And then towards the end of the season, he brought the idea of wanting to have a 2-car team. He's always wanted a 2-car team back when he raced 270s. And now he's finally able to do that. And then he asked me if I would be the driver for that. So we said yes. It's a great opportunity. Rick's an awesome guy. I'm really excited. So we'll be racing my 270 at Greenwood on the weekends, and then also his RTS 600. It'll be the same like graphics and everything as his car. They'll be team cars. They'll just have my number, my sponsors, my colors, and all that. But we'll be racing for him for Rick Yannick Motorsports.
Perfect. Also, Kyle, before you pop your question, Silo Speedway was actually the name of Faison that created the track, and then they had the issue with the neighbors and stuff like that. Don't know if that name rings a bell, but that name rings a bell for me. Yeah, it is Silo Speedway, so thank you, Robert, for that. Go ahead, Kylie. You can throw your next question.
Okay, so what are your plans for the 27 season? Like, are you going to be racing every weekend? How are you going to?
Yeah, we always say we're going to race just about every weekend, but we obviously take weekends off here or there for family stuff and vacations, and the season actually starts when I'm still in school, so sometimes there's things going on at school on the weekends that I want to do or have to do, so we'll skip a few here and there for that too. But any weekend we don't have something planned and the weather's good, we're generally going to be racing, and it'll most likely all be at Greenwood, probably for the most part of the year.
Nice. Also, do you plan on going anywhere else to race, like here or there, or
That was my next question.
Oh,
that was my next question.
So weird. I didn't even have that one down. But...
Yeah. I think like my plan and my dad's plan for like 270 is usually always kind of stay at Greenwood. Lindis is hard for us to get to on a Friday night with the traffic and my dad working and everything like that. So Saturday is generally better for us anyway. But I would like to stay at Greenwood for a while just because I'm comfortable and still going to be getting used to the 600 again the second time. It's where I'm most comfortable. But once I get it under my belt, and Rick does as well because it's his first time driving 600 also, I think we're probably going to want to venture out. I'd like to try Path Valley even though it's so far away, but I've heard really good things about that track and the kind of show that they put on. So maybe towards the end of the season, if Rick wants to go, I'm up for it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of Path Valley. I really like the Fred Raymer shows. Those are extremely big shows, and also just their weekly night stuff. I happened to go there one time this year. What's nice is they have a stock class and then they have a regular class. I'm guessing that you would run the regular class, but either or, a lot of the classes there are actually really nice to watch, and it's a big track, but they consider it a quarter mile because of the banking, I guess, but it is a very big quarter mile, so just something to take into consideration. Now, if you could race one car at one track, what do you think it would be?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'd probably honestly have to say a 600. I mean, aside from like a sprint car, I think they're the coolest things around and the most fun to watch personally. I really like watching them at Greenwood, but I feel like that's a lame answer. I'd probably have to say Linda's Wingless. Wingless 600s, they put on a really good show.
I love racing.
It's always intense, and I mean, I try to watch it while I'm here at school, like on the Ustream and stuff when I can't be there. But I'd probably say Wingless 600s. I've never driven Wingless, but it looks like a lot of fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What I would have to say is, if you are, I know it's not your car. Me and my dad were skeptical about it at first. The only scary thing is since it's a quarter mile and you're wingless, if you flip very hard. But the thing is, you just try your best not to flip. But honestly though,
isn't that everyone's goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty much right there with you. It's a very fun track, especially in the heat races. Or like, I like how tacky it is, and it gets very dry slick come feature time. Wingless is a blast. Winged is the best. I just love racing at Linda's. If you're gonna be driving a 600, what chassis do you think? Like, let's say you could pick any chassis. What chassis would you pick? If you have any knowledge of motors, what would you pick motor-wise or even injection-wise, if you would even go that far?
Well, we have my 270s is RTS.
Okay.
Before that, we had a smaller name chassis that most people don't know. So we upgraded to the RTS. The 600 I'm going to be driving is an RTS, so I would definitely go chassis-wise RTS. We are going to be running Dave Orange motors, so that's what I would pick motor-wise. So, yeah.
There you go. I mean, Dave Orange is a very good motor builder. I heard he's very old-fashioned, too. My motors from Dave Orange, we don't go to him, but he's the one who built our motor. So Dave Orange is a very good pick. I'm guessing you would be on the Kawasaki side because that's usually what he deals with. So he'd be in a very good bang-for-buck motor-wise there. RTS also a very good choice. The 270s have always been good, but their 600 program wasn't the best, but they definitely stepped it up. Even a couple of years ago, their 600 program got very stepped up, and any RTS chassis is very competitive now. Same with Hyper. Everything's been extremely competitive.
Yeah, especially at Greenwood, there's been a lot more RTS 600s coming out, and every week you see them get more successful, so that's really cool to see, and I'm hopeful. I think it'll be good.
And they're also getting pretty I'm this is kind of random, but I'm a Facebook member of this Australian racing page, and they run a series called the Formula 500s. And what I've seen there was the RTS 600s are actually pretty common over in Australia, surprisingly enough. Hyper as well, but just something random to mention. Kylie, go ahead. Do you have any still your list going on? We're going very fast here.
You actually stole my list, so you stole 2 or 3 of my questions. But I actually don't have any more questions, so I'll throw it back to you.
Okay. One more thing for me, and then Alyssa. Any special announcements, shout-outs, whatever, you can go to that. We went very fast-paced today. But
yep.
Favorite track food? I would have to say mine, Linda Speedway. Kylie, you can chip in with this too. What would you say?
I have to think. You can go first.
Me or Alyssa?
Alyssa can go first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd have to say Greenwood. Greenwood's got awesome pizza. Like they pride themselves on having like pizza from an oven. So if you've never had pizza at BJ, you should really try it. It's really good.
I think I did like once a while ago.
That's my go-to. Whenever Dad says, "Are you hungry?" we're getting pizza. So I'd say Greenwood Pizza.
Kylie, you can go. I'll chip in then as well.
So I actually have 2 places. I'm like really weird with my hot chocolate. That's probably really weird. But my favorite place that has the best hot chocolate would have to be Linda's. I love their hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm a little partial, but I love Susquehanna Speedway's food. I love their cheese fries. They're delicious. And they're little, they have little mozzarella bites. They're cheese bites. Oh, they're so good too. I eat so many of those. So it's really unhealthy, but it's the best ever. So I guess I love my home tracks food. So that's me. Your turn.
Okay. As for me, I'd have to say Linda Speedway. A lot of people don't agree with me here. But I'm a big fan of their cheeseburgers. I don't know if you guys ever had one, but I love them.
I think I have.
Not yet. This year.
What they do?
They put melty cheese on it.
They put it's not even that. It's like cheese whiz. It's not actual cheese.
Good.
A lot of people hate it.
They're pretty good.
A lot of people hate it. So,
that sounds good though.
It is. I'm a big fan of it. I never tried their hot chocolate or stuff like that.
Their hot chocolate is really good. I had it at the National Open, and it was amazing.
Was that the last time you ate there? Well, yeah, that was the last race of the year.
It's the last race.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Now, Alyssa, I'm going to give you the time. Again, we went really fast, but actually 30 minutes. That's not that fast. Alyssa, go ahead. Thank your sponsors. If you want, shout out anybody. Shout out your one of your car owners, also your family, friends. You can do whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure my dad's probably home listening. I'm not sure, but if you are, hi Dad. Thanks for all your hard work during the race season and the off season. And Mom and my sister, they don't come to watch the races because it's kind of a long haul for them, but they always support me and like to know how I'm doing, so thanks to them. Gotta have a big thanks to Rick Yannick for giving me the opportunity to drive for him this year. I'm really excited and really hope I can do him justice and do well for him. And then all of our sponsors, that a lot of them have been with us since I've started when I was 8, so they've been with us about 13 years. So thank you to all of them. They are the reason we're at the track every weekend. We couldn't do it without them. So
it's good to hear. Before we go to a break, Kylie, do you have anything else to mention?
I just wanted to say a big thank you for being on the show tonight. It's been great.
well, thanks for having me.
All right, Alyssa, I'm going to get you on out here. I'm going to roll the break, and we're going to have some special announcements for some expos and news along the lines of that nature. So, again, I know we went kind of fast, but, again, thank you a lot for being on the show and taking the time out of your busy schedule.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, we're going to quick roll to a break here, and then we'll get off of the broadcast. So, thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Because you gotta race. Hyper Racing has technical help that will blow your mind, online or phone line. A world-class facility that manufactures perfection. Fuel injection conversions, chassis dyno, shock service, and a massive inventory for micro sprints, lightning sprints, midgets, and quarter midgets. We have what you need and will deliver your package full of adrenaline. Hyper Racing, because you gotta race.
If you're after the best seat in the house, you're gonna have to qualify. Keep turning left and hold that right foot down, because for that primo spot, VIP, the creme de la creme, you gotta race. For the next best seat, well, take your pick.
Alrighty, we are back from the break. Just a couple announcements from myself, Kylie, and stuff like that, and then we will get on out of here. Just a couple of things. There's been some rumors around about Port City Raceway in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kylie, I doubt you ever heard of it, but it's kind of like the Action Track USA of Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's a lot of concerned drivers out there. Brady Bacon even sent out a tweet, other big names as well. Jason McDougall talked about it, stuff like that. So some pretty big names are talking about the future Port City Raceway, which is a very popular track because the old promoter, and I think the owner, stepped down. He sold it. He wanted to do other things. The person that bought it, they bought some other tracks, and the tracks that the new owner had, they actually two tracks shut down in 2017, or 2016, I should say. So it's kind of a bit concerning. And I don't know if anyone can see, but on our Twitter feed, Brian Walker even mentioned it from Maxim Dirt. So a bit concerning there for one of the popular microsprint tracks, also a midget track in Tulsa, Oklahoma. As for March 18th, Lauren Stewart was on our show last week, but about March 18th is the Shamrock Classic. It's in DuQuoin. It's a very popular midget race. Brian Clausen was a promoter until he passed away. Lauren Stewart had a very successful meeting with USAC, and tickets are going to be on sale soon. Again, the race date, to my knowledge, is March 18th, subject to change. If anything, I will post about it. But as for Racing Extravaganza, Kylie, it's an expo coming up. You can give some further details about that.
Okay, so this weekend, February 4th and 5th, is going to be the Racing Extravaganza show, and it's going to be in York, Pennsylvania. It's at the Utz Arena. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but the address is online, but it's 334 Carlisle Avenue. But the times are February 4th. It is open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., and that's Saturday. And on Sunday, it's open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So pretty much it's going to be a bunch of vendors, and there is a pageant on Saturday, so that's going to be really cool. But also, if you follow them on Facebook, they have a bunch of information about, like, driver meet and greets. There's a ton of seminars going on. So, like, Saturday they have some meet and greets with, like, super sportsmen, 305s, 358 sprint car drivers. They also have... My phone just closed out, but they have a bunch of seminars going around. I do know that Susquehanna Speedway's Colton Gauss is going to be giving a seminar on promotion, I think. But they're doing different seminars throughout the day on Saturday. So if you want to stay up to date with that, definitely check the Facebook, and all the information's on there. So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
And also there's a pageant if you would like to give people an idea of what you're doing with that.
Oh, yeah, so there is a pageant this weekend for Miss Racing Extravaganza. Pretty much she gets to go around to a bunch of different tracks. She gets to be trophy girl, and it's just a lot of fun. She just gets to promote through the community and stuff like that. So there are, I think, 8 to 10 girls running this year. I am one of them, so I'm extremely excited about that. So it's going to be an exciting experience this weekend. I've been going to that pageant for a really long time. So now that I'm finally old enough to do it, I'm like, it's kind of surreal, because, yeah, I kind of elaborated way too much on that.
No, it's not a big deal at all. Another expo going on after Racing Extravaganza. Just got a notification. Another expo going on after Racing Extravaganza. It's actually big as motorsports, if not bigger, because there's actually racing going on, quarter midget racing, go-kart racing, dirt bike racing, even remote control car racing, four-wheel racing, so it's a lot of stuff, and it's a big expo. And that is in Harrisburg. I think, I guess you would call it the Harrisburg Farm Center.
The Farm Show Complex.
Yep. That'll be February 18th and 19th. There's also a pageant there. I told Kylie.
Yes, there is.
But I think the pageant's either Friday or Saturday at Motorama. I think it's Saturday. Also, another thing at the Motorama Expo is a car show, like a tuner and muscle car show. And last time I was there with a couple friends, the pageant was actually in the tuner and muscle car show area, so that was pretty interesting. But I think I mapped everything out with Motorama, and I actually try and go there every year if I can. It's actually really fun. Have you ever been to Motorama, Kylie?
I have not been to Motorama. My little brother usually goes every year, but I don't know if he's going this year because he's in Tennessee, so don't think he's getting to it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, like I said, dirt bike racing, four-wheel racing, it's a lot of racing going on. It's not just a trade show. It's a pretty cool event, actually, and I actually like going there a lot. So it'll be interesting. So.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that's all my announcements. I don't think you have any. Would you like to say anything else before we sign on out?
I don't think so. I think that's everything.
All right, perfect. Let me just double check Twitter.
Check to make sure we don't miss anything.
Yeah, I missed a couple people last week. Sorry about that.
We did apologize.
Yeah. No, we're good. So that has been episode 2 of SmallCarWeekly.com live show, season 2, with Alyssa Riker. Alyssa, thank you for being on. Kylie, thank you for being on. And we will see you guys next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, and that's it. So thank you guys, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Condemned to waste. Show me my mistakes, and face me with my fate. I assume that my life is doomed. I'll surrender my goes by, but I still try. I'll keep my head